Hey y'all, it's DJ Kitty
and Miss Morningstar,
and you are tuned into Our Plugs, a community connection where culture, commerce, and community come together on one powerful platform.
Absolutely. This is a show that connects Black and minority-owned businesses, nonprofit organizations, entrepreneurs, community leaders, and change makers all in one place. We don't just talk, we build, we uplift, and we plug you into the resources that help our community grow.
Yep. From business ownership and financial empowerment to mental health, education, arts, culture, and justice. This is a space where real conversations meet real solutions.
I know that's right. So wherever you're listening, whether it's from home, at work, or on the move, stay locked in because you're officially plugged into Our Plugs, the community connection.
Now let's get into today's show. Good morning, Holly Springs, Mississippi. Good morning, Memphis, Tennessee. Good evening, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Thank you for joining in on the conversation. Thank you for being a part of our journey. Today's Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, and today's going to be a great day. I hope everyone's Monday was just as great as mine. I'm just going to claim that it was great, even though it was truly, truly crazy. But I will not complain. Let's just say that. I'm not complaining. We're just going to get through it. Anyway, anywho, anyhow, today is Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. It's a good day to have a good day. Now, Holly Springs, Mississippi, Memphis, Tennessee, and everyone listening, here's your daily reminder to drink at least 16 ounces of water as soon as you wake up in the morning. Go ahead and get those morning medications in, take your vitamins, get you a good breakfast, and get ready for an amazing show. So today we have our Veterans Voice. We have our resident veteran, DC. Viper Vet is away. He's got another obligation. So no crazy videos today. Whew, yes, breathe, everybody. No crazy videos. But we've got a great show. We've got a special guest. Her name is Monica Meeks, and she is running for 19th District in Tennessee, the Circuit Court County Clerk office. So I hope I didn't butcher that. She's running in Tennessee for the 19th District County Clerk's office. So we're going to welcome her in. We've got some questions for her and definitely get into how and what she wants to do for the community. But before we get to all of that, we are going to do one thing, and that is go through our affirmations. Miss Morningstar, do you want me to do the affirmations or you got it?
Good morning. Good morning. Hello, everybody. Yes, I'm ripping and running, but I got it.
All right.
I'm ripping and running. And these are just some basic, powerful, best interest affirmations for this morning. We focusing on self-worth and personal power, setting boundaries and well-being, growth and abundance, and daily maintenance. Okay. So let's talk about it. Affirmations that support your best interests focus on self-worth, boundary setting, and proactive growth. Saying words like I am in total control of my life and act in my own interest. These positive statements rewire thinking and prioritize your well-being. Okay, so let's start with self-worth. I'm worthy of investing in myself. I stand for something so I don't fall for anything. I am in control of my thoughts, feelings, and actions. I trust my intuition and I know how to make good decisions. Setting boundaries and well-being. I go where I'm celebrated, not tolerated. I give myself adequate time and space to fill up my cup. I am allowed to ask what I want and what I need. I choose to be in a good mood. I treat myself with respect and honor who I am. Growth and abundance. Everything is working out for my highest good. I'm sorry, y'all. I am aligned with abundance and opportunities. I turn my pain into power. What's meant for me will not miss me. I am creating my own future. And finally, this is your daily maintenance affirmations, y'all. I nourish my body with healthy things. I focus on what I can control. I choose to make the best of every situation. I'm proud of the person I'm becoming, and the best is yet to come. And that is your morning affirmations.
Love it, love it, love it. The best is yet to come. And that is so true. You never know. You wake up and the next day, it's a new day. So even though your day may go crazy one day, the next day, you've got an opportunity for a new day. It's always a new day, the next day. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this weather. Holly Springs, you have a high today of 79, a low of 67. Feels like 81 during the day, 67 at night, 22% chance of rain. Winds out of the south southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Cloudy conditions pretty much all day. Humidity is high during the day, very high at night, and air quality is very good. Memphis, Tennessee. Today you have a high of 77, a low of 68. Feels like temperatures 80 during the day, 70 at night. Let's see, 23% chance of rain. Winds are out of the south southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. It's going to be cloudy today with a possible stray shower or thunderstorm. Humidity is high during the day, very high at night, and air quality is very good. H-Town, high to Houston, high today of 82, low of 72. Feels like 86 during the day, 76 at night, with a 19% chance of rain. Winds are out of the south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. It's going to be a cloudy day and with patchy fog, so beware, kind of slow down. I know that's hard to tell anybody in Houston to slow down, but do it anyway. And air quality is fair. And that is your weather for this Tuesday. I hope everyone gets out there and enjoys their day. Oh, Powerful Black Woman is reporting that in Kalamazoo, Michigan, they have a high today of 70 degrees. I know y'all are happy. 70 degrees. I know, right?
Wow, come on through spring. I see it. I
Through
see it for
spring.
y'all.
I
Coming.
do love the spring. I love, those are my favorite times. The spring and the fall. Winter and summer, not too much. It's too hot or too cold. So, no.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into some news that we all can use. Well, I did notice that there are, for those who are traveling, we've got kids home on spring break. I know I do. I've got my grandson. He made it back in from spring break from college, and kids wanting to travel and get out there and enjoy their lives. Well, they're having a little problem at TSA going through the airport because they're seeing hour-long delays due to TSA shortages as Homeland Security shutdown shows no sign of ending. Now, how many times do we have to deal with our government shutting down? This is
It's
ridiculous.
yeah.
It is. It's ridiculous. Every 2 to 3 months, we have to deal with another shutdown. They're saying to arrive at the airport 5 to 6 hours early. That's crazy. And right about now, I'm gonna just be honest with you. I don't really want to go anywhere. I love to travel. I love to see the land. I love to go places, but I don't know. Right now, with the man with the black hands having everything crazy, and people are upset with him, and even uh, the folks over across the water that he didn't drop bombs on. F1 in the comments. There's people over here that aren't too happy. Um, no, if I can get there by car, then I would choose that. But then gas prices are up and down.
Boring.
So we're
They're
up and
they're
down.
high right now. I was
It
looking,
is.
and I mean, I saw one for $3.99. I saw one for $3.50. I mean, and that may not be high compared to where other states, who are experiencing $7, $8 a gallon.
Yeah. We may be begging for $3 and $4 gas here shortly.
We had got kind of spoiled with the $2 gas.
Yeah, $2.25. Yeah. I was feeling good about it. And I forgot to tell my husband to go and fill up my tank on Friday. And so I have half a tank. I went and drove by the gas station. I said, I'm gonna give it another day.
$4 there in Michigan. Wow.
Yeah. Where's Melbo? Connecticut is $3.50 up there. So put in the chat, what your gas price is right
it's
now.
getting tight, y'all.
It is. It's getting tight.
And right now, it's about 110 a barrel.
Yes, 110 a barrel.
It's crazy.
Did you guys hear how much it's costing us a day to fund this war?
Something billion.
No, well, not billion. I think it's close to a billion. It's very close. Yeah, I'm gonna double check before the show ends. But yes, if it's not a bit, 891. Thank you, Papa Storm. I heard it this morning. $891 million.
Okay, million.
Close to a billion.
Close to a billion.
But
Look, round it up.
$1 million a day. So imagine what we could actually do with $891 million if we had that for the country versus for craziness. Imagine that. Imagine, I guess, assuming that we could probably feed children at school. We could probably make sure that we had health care. There's a lot of things that we could actually do with that money. No money you got money for wars, but you can't feed the poor. Who is that? Tupac?
Who said
Tupac? Tupac. That's what I heard.
One of his greatest lines, one of many of his greatest lines.
It's ridiculous. I'm just going to say this, you guys. If you're going to go fly, if you have to fly anywhere, maybe check with the airlines first, but definitely get there early. You're not going to be able to get there and say, oh, I'll get there about an hour. You're going to miss your flight. You're going to miss your flight, plain and simple. They've got fewer screeners. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous. And until they do better, this is where we're at. The TSA lines at Houston Hobby Airport stretch for more than 3 hours.
And that is on Monday. Small airport.
That's a small airport. That's the airport I try and go out of Hobby every chance I get.
Yeah, because I did too, because it's the smallest airport. It's the more convenient one. Usually you go through TSA, like, it's quick.
Yeah.
So imagine that it's that long of a wait, know it's a problem.
3 hours. When I 2 weeks ago, I flew to Arizona and back, and we got through TSA in maybe 15, 20 minutes. That was before they decided to shut down the government again. And I need people to understand the government is shut down because people I'm not going to say people, I'm going to say the Republicans haven't come up with a bill to pass. And so once again, we're shut down once again. And it's like this. It's every few months we get shut down again. It's like a seesaw.
It is.
It's ridiculous. I wanted to also talk about Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. She invoked a 85-year-old document in the Supreme Court decision that overturned Trumpy's tariffs. She had to reach way back in the back to try and save us. Thank goodness she's there, because the rest of them, they're like, let them go ahead and do it. And I really feel like I know in his mind, he just wants the country to just give me money, and whether you guys eat, live, or die, that's on you. And that is how I feel. And until I don't see me ever changing my mind on that. He's done too much for me to ever think that he cares anything about the American people. If he cared about us, then we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be dealing with the war and government shutdowns and people not being able to eat and no health care. I can go on and on and on.
That's facts. That's facts.
Yes.
We wouldn't be trying to figure out what this economy is going to look like, because right now, Trump is bragging about the economy, but it doesn't match the reality of what people are going through. And Americans are noticing this. I mean,
yes,
you lost 92,000 jobs last month.
in the month of February.
A month of February. So now we have people laid off, furloughed, you know, as you were just stating with TSA. So that means people are not getting paid. Gas prices are going up. Electric bills are going up.
Yes.
The straits over there in Iran are closed. They are not doing any goods, any oil.
Yeah, it's a touchy situation, but I'm with you, brother DC. It is going to be all right. We are going to get through this. We always will.
Absolutely.
DC did put in the comments, he said the Dems are blocking the budget due to ICE funding, and I agree. We aren't just going to give ICE a free rein to terrorize this country. But I did hear a rumor through the rumor mill that and I don't know how true it is. Let's go ahead and bring up brother DC, because I need to ask DC this. Hey, brother, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning, ladies. Good morning, Holly Springs. Good morning, Memphis.
Yes, good morning. I have a quick question, and I heard this, and I don't know how true it is, but I heard that because the ICE agents signed that contract, that they would be available and work for ICE for 5 years,
Right.
that they would actually be deployed into the military as well. That's what I've heard. I don't know how true it is. I haven't seen. It's not as if they're going to tell us, they meaning Pete Kegsbreath, but that is the room. That's what's in the rumor mill.
Well, you know, the agency has been lawless to this point, right? So I don't put it past them. And the reason why I say that is basically they've created a vigilante force. So if you hearken back to the Gulf War, when they had the contract company Blackwater, you know, and they were pretty much a vigilante organization that kind of didn't have to follow the rules of combat. They were just a lawless organization. So, yeah, I can believe that. I can believe that the people that have been recruited to be ICE agents within the last, you know, since the administration took over, are probably not qualified to do the job. You know, so they're willing to do anything for their dear leader, and if that means deploying overseas to hurt and unalive brown people with no consequence, I'm sure there'll be a long line to go do that.
I say send them.
Send them.
I say send them.
Send them today.
All. Let them go. They don't believe in training. Good.
No.
Yeah,
you know,
today.
I heard a video of some Iranian leaders, and it's an old video, but they said, you know, if the U.S. wanted to come and put boots on the ground, how would you feel about that? In a sense, they said we welcome it. That's what we waiting on.
We're not scared, is what I heard.
You want to come to their turf when they know they turf, and you want to put boots on the ground and get in those mountains. They want you to. They want to bring you to them. That's usually what people who got something for you tell you to do. You come to me.
Imagine, you know, knocking on somebody's door and ask at their home and asking them to come in to their home because you got beef with them.
You want to unalive them.
You got beef with them, and you want to smoke with them. And you're knocking on their door and asking to come into your home. Well, you know, Iran,
Yeah, I mean, people forget,
Years it matter.
we fought a proxy war against Iran
Already.
In Iraq.
Yes.
And the reason why the IEDs became uh, so good and destructive was they were trained by Iranians on how to make these IEDs to penetrate these up armored Humvees and these MRAP vehicles. I mean, they taught them how to do shaped charges with copper that will burn through the metal. They all learned that from Iran,
Wow.
you know. So, we've been in a proxy war with Iran before. But yeah, I
Mm.
mean, everybody likes a home game, right? I know the territory better than you do. So, one of the biggest responsibilities of a president is putting our men and women in the military in harm's way. And this was done in such a reckless manner without an exit plan. He looks like a real fool right now on the
He
world
always has,
stage.
though. He always has. So he's living up to his name, Dumb Donald. So
Right.
I mean, he when who picks a fight and you don't know, number one, your opponent, if your opponent even has those hands, as the kids say.
Right.
Number two, you don't even know how to come. Your ride left you. Now you got to walk back home. And
Right.
number three, you didn't even talk to the people to tell them why you're fighting.
Right.
We have no idea. Pete Kagsbreath came out and said, well, we're fighting because they made a threat against the president. What? Look, that ain't got nothing to do with us. Look, Iran, I done told y'all the address is 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Please don't go nowhere else. Or you can also try Florida or the bunker, anywhere, but leave us out of it.
Since when did they start wanting to fight or boom boom people because of words?
Words.
Because of
If that's the
words.
case,
Not an attack against us, but words.
words.
Yeah. It's
If
the
that's the
arrogance. It's the arrogance of old men.
old man,
Um, their kids won't be the ones on the front line, uh, risking their lives, coming home uh, with limbs missing and all of that. Their kids are not going to be the ones on the front line making it happen. And that's where the
Right.
arrogance comes from. That's where the arrogance comes from. Not knowing what sacrifice is. That's where that arrogance comes from.
and I've heard that, people are saying send Barron. Since y'all got so much smoke for everybody else. And then he's got a granddaughter that's 18. Send her too. Send your people. And I heard that they want to do a draft. Draft MAGA. Blagger, now is your time to shine. Y'all been saying that y'all was about this life. Go. I don't need to see none of y'all on TikTok. You all need to be at that recruiting station signing up because y'all said that y'all would do anything for y'all daddy. Let's take a quick commercial break. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We will be right back after this quick commercial break.
Advertising with Our Plugs. The Community Connection opens doors to a whole new ballgame. Radio advertising is affordable, powerful, and puts your business directly in front of the people who want to support you. Plus, customers can easily find and connect with you anytime through our online directory. If you're ready to grow your brand, expand your reach, and stay connected to the community, sign up today. Visit ourplugs.com and register now. That's ourplugs.com. Plug into your community.
Welcome to Compassion Counseling and Training Services, LLC, where healing takes flight. I am Nicole Wiley, licensed independent clinical social worker, and we empower children, individuals, families, and couples through individualized therapy via telehealth. Using evidence-based approaches like CBT and mindfulness, we help clients build resilience and rediscover their wings. If you're ready to begin your journey, visit CompassionCounselingandTrainingServices.com.
What's up, everybody? Scott Cologne, District Attorney and candidate for the United States Senate for the great state of Mississippi. I had a great time talking about my campaign with the crew at the Community Connection morning radio show. I'm running because Mississippi matters. Our families are paying more for less, and our rural hospitals are under serious threat. I spent my career fighting for my community, and I'll bring that same fight to Washington. Folks in the Holly Springs area and worldwide should check out our convo and visit cologneforsenate.com because Mississippi matters.
Hello, everybody. My name is Monica Meeks. I'm a wife, a mom, and a soldier for life. And I'm running for the 19th Judicial District Circuit Court Clerk for Montgomery and Robertson County in Tennessee. I am so grateful for Our Plug LLC for giving me an opportunity to share my platform and explain why I'm running for office. Early voting is July 17th through August 1st, with the final day of voting on August 6th, 2026. I'm an independent candidate, and I appreciate your support.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7, The Change. Miss Morningstar, before we bring up Monica, is there anything that you wanted to discuss? Because I do want to get to our breaking news and our news that you can use before we dive into Miss Monica Meeks.
Yeah, well, I do know, this is just off the top of my head. So we know, well, we think we know that Trump was there to greet the soldiers, when they arrived. That's what we thought we knew. Apparently, Fox News had to apologize because the picture of him standing there in a cap in a appeared to be dirty suit. It had a urine stain on the front. Yeah, they said that was an old picture. Yeah. And they apologized. They had played a wrong picture of him supposedly meeting these caskets of these soldiers, these fallen soldiers with their family. Now, my thing is, how do you mess that up? You would have had to go back in the archive and look for an old video. Apparently, it should have been live, him pulling up live, getting out, and I mean that to me is puzzling. I'm puzzled.
Miss Morningstar, I try every single day.
Well,
just to live my life in peace.
But the foolery don't stop.
You mean to tell me this man went to greet our fallen soldiers with a soiled diaper?
It definitely looked soiled. It was brought to our attention, and we saw it, and we said, that's kind of nasty. And it's just disrespectful. And then it apparently was an old video.
Old video. It wasn't an old video because how could it be an old video when they're talking about the soldiers? Unless it was...
I don't know. Fox called themselves, we want to apologize. That's the Lion Network, that's not a news, they're entertainment. So yeah, we really don't know. But my point is that he hasn't greeted any of the fallen soldiers in the past. I mean, I think one. He has been so disrespectful to these families. As you continue to boast about sending their children off into a nonsense war that you have no explanation on why we are there or why they have.
Because he got his feelings hurt.
And now you passing threats again about how if the Ayatollah doesn't put in who you want, then you're going to have to get rid of that person. Well, they already put in who they want, who was already planned to be put in, which was the Ayatollah's oldest son. So, nobody is scared of Frumpy.
Nobody, except Matt.
Let's make that clear.
Except
You're big
MAGA
and
and the
bad
Republicans.
because you got, the military to back you up. And that just ain't seeming, that don't even seem, I mean, I remember what you told us yesterday about the mural.
Painted on the
that they
ground.
painted on the ground, and that's where they boomed. A mural.
A mural. They wasted several $1 million
On a mural.
on a mural.
Boom, because they thought it was real.
How many people could they have fed? But instead, we got money for war, but can't feed the poor. My goodness. And then the man
That's it
with
for
a
me,
soiled
though.
diaper. Thank you for sharing. I don't even know what to say. I'm disturbed. I'm perturbed at the fact that we have I'm not even gonna say it. There's an idiot in the White House. Period. I'm not arguing with nobody. Argue with your mammy. He's an idiot. Let's go ahead and bring Monica Meeks up. Let's introduce her to the team. Thank you, Miss Morningstar, for bringing her up. Good morning, Miss Monica Meeks. How are you?
Good morning, Miss Kitty. Good morning, everyone. I am doing very well. It's a Monday.
Yes, it is. Well, it's a Tuesday. Yeah, it's a Tuesday. So, we record for the radio.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Well, it's a Tuesday. Happy Tuesday.
Absolutely. We confuse everybody with that because
It's a terrific Tuesday.
Yes, terrific Tuesday. Well, welcome in. I wanted to bring you up. Now, Monica, I probably butchered it, but Monica's running in Tennessee for the 19th District Circuit Court Clerk. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. Right. You nailed it. Thank you, Miss Kitty.
Yes. All right. So, Monica, why don't you tell us and the team about yourselves and the listeners?
Well, again, thank you all for this opportunity. I am a wife, a mom, a soldier for life. Worked for the state for 13 years. I have a graduate degree in criminal justice from Troy University. Go Trojans. I'm a certified fraud examiner. I also graduated the Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy, class 1642. So I check a bevy of boxes, and I am well qualified for this position. So I was trying to get other people to run for office, younger people, because I'm 51. And of course, if you work in that office, you can't run because if you lose, you're going to get fired. You can't run against your boss. So I decided, so you know what, if you can't find anybody, if you're the one, you're the one. So I decided to run for office. We made history already. When we went to get my petition, I know my friends are registered voters and you need 25. So we had some organizers there and we turned my petition in less than an hour in receiving it. And I think that's a record for Montgomery County, Tennessee.
Yes. Congratulations. Already setting records.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what we like to see. So I'm going to start off with just a softball question on transparency and accountability. The Circuit Court Clerk's office handles millions of dollars in court fees and public records. What steps will you take to ensure transparency and public trust in how the office operates?
Well, we have to do things a lot differently than the way they're being done now. I have been attending the Montgomery County budget meetings for almost a year. Next month, it'll be a year. And I have never seen the current occupant of that position at any budget meetings for the county. And we need to be able to account for every cent that's spent because since 2020, we have increased the budget for the Circuit Court Clerk by $4 million. However, the amount for victim assessments is just $25,000. And we're near Fort Campbell, Kentucky. So it's a military town. And soldiers going to be soldiers, not making an excuse for any bad behavior. But I know victims should be entitled to more than $25,000 with a budget that huge. So just transparency. Mm-hmm. If you want to find our budget for the county, it's not broken down by sections. And it took me a minute to go in there and kind of decipher line by line. It's 300 pages and it's on the Tennessee Comptroller's page. Mm-hmm. So she needs to be more intentional right now because of all the budget cuts that we're receiving. Like almost every school in Montgomery County is Title I, by the way. So because of these budget cuts, she needs to explain to the public line by line where this money is going, because it's not going in the right direction. We did just hire another juvenile judge. You know, they want to bring a baby jail here, which I'm going to stand 10 toes against, because we don't need to spend $30 million on a facility to house kids when we don't want to feed them in the state of Tennessee. So she can just do a lot of things better. We need a standalone budget that's viewable. You make it user friendly so people understand. People think, oh, the budget, when they hear millions of dollars, they become overwhelmed and they think, well, that's way above my pay grade. I'm not even going to try to decipher it. But there are ways to make it to where it's understandable. Like, how much money are you spending on office supplies? How much money are you spending on travel? Because we have some things going on now where this position is $120,000 a year. And the average salary of Montgomery County is $64,000. So yes, pay for travel that's official, but we should make sure that we are not misappropriating funds when this position makes twice what the average citizen in Montgomery County makes. So just more accountability, more transparency in what we're doing with taxpayer dollars in this county.
I agree. That's good to hear, and that's a great answer. Mr. Morningstar, did you want to take the next question?
I'll get the one after next.
Okay. What about public access to the courts? Many citizens don't fully understand how the Circuit Court Clerk's office works. What will you do to make sure court services, records, and processes are more accessible and understandable for the public?
Well, I've looked at, and I'm just a nosy person because I was an investigator for many years. I've looked at what we offer right now, and we can just do better by even making it more mobile friendly. I asked the question as far as, because we have a high divorce rate here. So, 50% of marriages do end in divorce. I think it might be even higher here because we are a military town. But I asked, everyone's experience when it came to petition for divorce, because some people don't have monies for attorneys. So I'm like, she can streamline those processes, especially if it's an uncontested divorce. But I don't think we do enough as far as the verbiage. She has all the forms are available online. Kudos for that. But I think just sometimes people get confused with comprehending what is being asked with simple things. Expungement's the same way. She has the form online, but we really don't do enough due diligence to make sure that the users of the system really understand, because they'll get frustrated with the verbiage, like, oh, I'm not an attorney. And yeah, we tell people, Google things, but it really would help if she had hands-on help. Like there's 7 primary divisions, but most people, there's no organizational chart. Like, you don't know who the chief deputies are, and those are county employees. And I'm like, why such secrecy? Like, we know who the circuit court clerk is, but just more visibility and just make it more user-friendly. I even saw a suggestion from one young lady, because these young people, these Gen Zs will tell you about how we do not use technology the way we need to. And she was like, why can't you do a QR code that has like frequently asked questions when you go in the courthouse? Because sometimes they're overwhelmed, they have a heavy caseload and they might not have time to answer questions. But if you had a QR code, the young people can, frequently asked question. Okay, this is what the answer is.
That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah, these young people, I wish one of them would have ran for office. They are supporting my campaign, but they are so full of innovation, because you have to remember with them, I'm a Gen Xer, 51 years old again, but they've never been without a computer. So they just like, why do y'all use so much paper? Like, they always say paperless, and that makes me a little bit nervous. It's like, how are we going to track it? And it's like, you can make sure everything is online available, because we just started e-filing February 1st of this year for the Circuit Court Clerk. So there's just so much better ways that we can do things that just makes it easier for the constituents of the 19th Judicial District.
Sounds like there's a lot of opportunity out there for, growth and expansion with technology for the district. Go ahead, Ms. Morningstar.
Yeah, she touched on that question 3 with the technology and about how you guys are getting ready to e-file. So let's go into some customer service in the justice system. So people often come to the courthouse during stressful situations. How will you ensure the clerk office provides professional, respectful, and helpful service to every resident?
So that is a great question. I have found myself just as an observer, being nosy again, in juvenile proceedings, and just the way that we dehumanize parents that have kids that have made mistakes. We can definitely work on that because justice is and has always been two-tiered. So it depends on what zip code you live in here and who your parents are as to what justice looks like for you. So just that the streamlining again, we can make it better for everybody regardless of who your parents or who they are, because a lot of our kids, and I do live in the suburbs, I'll put that disclaimer out, a lot of our kids don't see the inside of the courtroom until they're in trouble. And it's like they give their kids tours because their kids go to private, Christian schools. And if your kid is in public school, they won't see the inside of the courtroom. So I would like to do town halls. Hey, why can't we have clerk for a day? So it's not just when they're in trouble that they get to see the courtroom, but they see it throughout the growth process, elementary. I remember when I was in the kindergarten, I went to the post office, and it's like, that was the most exciting thing to me, but we don't have those options available for certain kids. And I don't think that's right. I think we need to make it more accessible to everybody because taxpayer dollars fund the circuit court clerk's office.
I agree.
Access to that. And I did want to say one thing. I am only going, because my plan has always been I'm retired, combat veteran, disabled. And my plan has always been to retire at 55.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was an honor to serve. That gives me so many options because of my service. But I'm telling people, and I really mean it, I'm only going to do one term because I'll be 55. It's a 4-year term. It's a constitutional office. And that will open the door so that someone that might be in that office, a hidden gem that's buried and not allowed to share their ideas, that will open the door after my first term is over for new people to decide to run for this position.
That gives you an opportunity.
That's very commendable.
Yes, it is. That is very commendable. And it gives you the opportunity to recruit and see who's out there and encourage them and show them along the way, maybe mentor them into that position, because getting into government is scary at best. And especially when you're running for office. So, hopefully there is a young person that's going to say, you know what, this is something that I can get behind.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that for not just Tennessee, but across the board, we need our young people to stand up. And
I hope it sets the tone.
Yeah,
I hope it sets the tone for all these senior, older politicians. So they'll know, like, there is an expiration date. Yes. Pass the buck. We have to keep teaching these younger people and getting them educated and getting them up to par so they can take the the ranks and just push forward. We shouldn't be going until we're 80, 90.
Why are we?
See in Congress,
Why are we?
It should be not allowed. We really need to
term limits.
Pin in on that.
Yeah.
So
I
like that, Mrs.
65.
Meeks, setting the tone.
Yeah. Thank you for that. We have a legislator here in the state of Tennessee, and he's in his 80s, but he's been a legislator since 1978. And I was like, I was 4 years old. Like, that's too long to hold on to power. And then he gave a speech. He said it was because him and his wife were sick, but it's like, you stayed too long. You're not mentoring anybody in Oak Ridge, Tennessee.
No.
Like, that's crazy to me.
There's no one else in Oak Ridge that can take your place with newer ideas, someone with longevity, and that's, to me, that is a huge issue. It's like giving someone a lifetime appointment and until they unalive. And there's no growth in that. If you get in the office when you're in your mid 30s and you're still there when you're in your 60s and 70s, please go sit down somewhere.
Please give somebody else a chance to do it. I think sometimes you think people will do it better. I want somebody to do it better than I'm doing it.
Me too.
Because the times change, people evolve, things change. And we have noticed as you get older, you're not as quick on your toes as you used to be with certain things. And we know that a younger brain and body may work a little bit better and more efficient. So, yeah, I agree.
That is so
it's time
true.
for that.
I mean, look at Mitch
Cut that
McConnell.
cord.
Oh,
Mitch
Glitch McConnell. You mean Glitch
He
McConnell?
barely,
Mitch the glitch.
he's still in the hospital, y'all. Last I heard, he's still in the hospital.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, why
He
is he
may-
holding on so hard? That's
What is-
that evil. That's that
What
evil.
does Darian say? He might not, ain't gonna make it. That's what Darian said. He might not, ain't gonna make it. You know? Because, I mean, he's been in the hospital since like January.
Oh,
when he
wow.
fell out. When was that?
He took that fall out of it. Wasn't nothing in front of him.
Nothing. Air. It was air. What knocked you down? The air.
Yeah, I thought the ancestors must have grabbed his ankle. Like, you know what?
Look, the
Your
ancestors
time
blew
is
on him.
up, buddy.
They blew on him, and he fell right on. And he's been in that hospital ever since. So, you know, term limits, yes. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. I have grandchildren that I have to take my phone and say, "How do you do this?
Same.
How do you do this?"
Yeah,
I'm in my 50s. So if I don't know how to do it and I'm in my 50s, how you gonna know how to do it and you're 80 years old? Fighting dementia, fat hit man with the dead hand, diaper rash on his neck, and then fat swollen ankles. He is fighting dementia every day, and dementia is winning.
And dementia is winning. Okay.
Whooping off on him, whooping his tail. DC, did you have any questions for Monica?
Actually, I did, Mrs. Meeks. Again, I want to commend you for your vision about the position. I also want to thank you for your service. A lot of times our soldiers transition into civilian workforce where you're still contributing to society in the same level of capacity of selfless service. So I want to commend you for that. My question is, has an official's incompetence ever had an impact on your life or someone you know? And if so, what did it teach you?
Oh, absolutely. I'm in the ground zero of Project 2025 state of Tennessee. So there's so many I can choose. Thank you for acknowledging my service. I greatly appreciate that. But I will go because there's been such a huge fight here with defunding public schools. And I believe in fully funded public schools, and the lack of transparency. They won't even provide us a list of who they said they always hate pronoun preferences. But whenever you say vouchers here, they say, no, that's an educational scholarship. And they will not release the names of the students that received those scholarships. And my understanding is most of those kids that received those scholarships were already enrolled in private schools. So I call them subsidized segregation slips. But just that made me fight hard. I've been fighting since 2022 when they tried to bring charter schools here because we have schools that have mold. Kids are in trailers. Most of our schools here are at 100 and plus capacity. So that was what really got me to paying attention is, you know, them trying to say that public schools are bad. We have some phenomenal schools here. We have at one point we had the Troops to Teachers program, which, you know, is a little archaic now, but you have a lot of veterans who are teachers now after a long career, successful career. And they do quite well as teachers. They have no problems with classroom management. So just that and the lack of transparency, and we're still fighting it because they have not released which parents, even in Montgomery County, which parents benefited from, you know, scholarship. And it's just a huge difference in a public school and a charter school or a Christian school. And if you can afford it, you can afford it. But to say, oh no, it opens it up so we can get kids that, you know, are extremely bright into these programs that help them better academically, but you won't release who received the money. And there's quite a bit of money, you know, that was set aside for that. And we won't even feed kids here. Our governor is one of those governors who would not accept extending EBT challenge cards for the summer months for school kids. I'm like, you won't even feed kids, but you will defund public schools so that you'll have these vouchers, these educational scholarships. So that really got me more involved, started going to school board meetings, started speaking out in 2022. So a long fight. We're still fighting because the goal is to defund public schools across the board.
Yeah.
And we must,
Yeah.
Yeah, we must remember, Betsy DeVos, who was the Secretary of Education in the first Trump administration. That was her pet project.
It sure
That was
was.
her pet project
It sure was.
is to push the charter school, and we know as a consequence it meant defunding public schools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We need to take a quick commercial break, but Monica, if you can stick around, I do have a couple more questions for you.
Okay.
You are listening to Our Plugs, a community connection on WKRA 92.7, The Change. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Advertising with Our Plugs. The community connection opens doors to a whole new ballgame. Radio advertising is affordable, powerful, and puts your business directly in front of the people who want to support you. Plus, customers can easily find and connect with you anytime through our online directory. If you're ready to grow your brand, expand your reach, and stay connected to the community, sign up today. Visit ourplugs.com and register now. That's ourplugs.com. Plug into your community.
This is Transformation Training Academy. If you're someone that people walk up to and just talk to and tell all their business to and they don't know you, this is your sign. If you're ready to level up, Transformation Training Academy is ready for you. Coach Nikki and Counselor Nikki push you past your limits into your purpose. We help you break patterns, build confidence, and create real change. Your breakthrough isn't someday, it's today. Contact us at info@thetransformationtrainingacademy.com.
Carter's Caring Hands is here to serve the communities here in Kalamazoo, Grand Rapids, Battle Creek, as well as Southfield, Michigan. We also go out into the unhoused community, serve the community with care bags. Low-income families, our senior citizens, and our veterans with fresh food baskets each and every day, because no one should choose medication over food. We are here to serve you. Your community is our community, and our community is one community. From our hands to your hand.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mara Keller, retired Army Lieutenant Colonel and candidate for Congress in Georgia's 3rd District. Now, I'm running because too many decisions in Washington are being made without listening to the people that they affect, whether it's public safety, veterans care, education, or protecting our constitutional rights. These aren't partisan issues. If you believe our government should work for everyday Americans and not special interests, I invite you to stand with us. Your donations help keep this grassroots campaign people-powered. Every donation fuels our voter outreach, ads, and our shared fight for a better Georgia. Visit marakeller.com to donate today. Let's finally serve the people who send us to Washington. And a huge thanks to DJ Kitty Cat 50 for the energy and the spotlight. Let's keep pushing.
At Lovership Apparel, we believe what you wear should remind you of who you are. This is where love meets style. From our signature beautiful hoodies created to remind you to show up as your full authentic self, to our bold Her shirts designed for women who know their worth and wear it proudly. Lovership Apparel is more than clothing. It's a movement. Our comfortable, confidence-boosting leggings move with you, while our statement backpacks carry your essentials and your purpose wherever life takes you. Every piece is intentionally designed to inspire self-love, confidence, and authenticity, because you deserve to wear something that speaks life into you. Whether you're stepping out, showing up, or standing firm in who you are, Lovership Apparel is made for you. Visit lovershipapparel.com and wear the reminder, be you to the fullest.
You're locked in to WKRA 92.7, the voice of the community. And listen, 2026 is all about showing up and shining. That is why we rock with Morningstar Boutique by Tam, where fashion meets confidence, purpose, and style. From everyday chic to head-turning statement pieces to some fly arm candy, Morningstar has it all. And while you're shopping, tap into the community. Discover Black-owned and minority-owned businesses at ourplugs.com. Also, check out morningstarboutiquebytam.com, where your light owns your style.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, the community connection on WKRA 92.7, The Change. I know that we are here and we have the honor of speaking with Monica Meeks. and she's running for 19th District Tennessee Circuit Court Clerk. And I'm truly excited for this run. Do you have anyone running? As I know you're an independent. Is there a Democrat running? Is there another Republican running? Who else is running against you?
So there is not a Democrat running. I don't think a Democrat has run since 2020 for this position.
Mm-hmm.
And that was another veteran. Shout out to Chelsea Camp. She ran, and the community really didn't get behind her like we should have, but she ate them up. And I tell her I'm going back studying the interview that she did against the current incumbent, which is Miss Davis. She's been in that office since 1996, but she became, that's a long time, right, y'all?
1996.
I was an E5 in Fort Bragg. That's how long she's been in that office, but she's running as a Republican. But she's actually not a Republican, but she's running as a Republican because people think in Tennessee to run and win, you have to
be a Republican.
They have a supermajority. So I understand the logic behind it. But if you pull her voting record, she's not actually a real Republican. So there's that.
Well, I'm glad to see that you have decided to run. So let me ask, so you're an independent. What is the difference? And I've wanted to know this for a while. What is the difference between an independent and a Democrat? How are they different?
In the state of Tennessee, we are vastly different. I always say that the Democrats here need to grow a spine because they put up with a lot of foolishness. Now, I was at Cordell Hull, which is the state legislator in Nashville today, and I understand that they are outmatched. It was 2-7 on most of the bills that were in committee, and Senator Lamar, she was doing the best she could, but you could tell she was just so frustrated because even if the two Democrats don't show up for this Senate committee, they have 7 Republicans that are going to say, they're going to vote in favor of whatever Republican bills they produce. So the difference for me is I am a proud 2A. I carry everywhere I go because this is Tennessee. And I think that, Democrats here, their platform does not really tell you that you can be a responsible gun owner and still believe in gun control. They're just so anti-gun that I just could not be a Democrat. And I tell them all the time, because I do play well with them, but I tell them like certain things, it's a civil rights issue. You don't have to have it an individual where it's just a certain groups get priority. And I'll be completely honest, in Montgomery County, it is LGBTIA, but I'm like, that is a civil rights issue. Like, don't make it where it's individual. It's not the Oppression Olympics, but just say civil rights. Like, if you're a consenting adult and you want to marry someone that happens to be the same sex as you, that's civil rights. We don't have to break it down the way they do. So I could never be a Democrat in this county. I just think they're a little too passive, and I kind of speak my mind. I got that from being in the military. You see something, you say something. I'm all about on the spot corrections. And at one point, they were actually supportive of the baby jail until we beat them up so badly that now their stance is, no, we don't need it. But you had how are you progressive and you think caging kids for cash is okay? So just my experience here in Tennessee is they're, with the exception of the two Justins, because they bring it, Justin Jones and Justin Pearson. They're young, but they both bring it, both, ordained ministers. But sometimes it's just, you got to fight back. Even if you don't think, my husband always says, if you're at a table, if you're too afraid, at least clear your throat. I don't think enough people that are Democrats are clearing their throat.
I'm going to have to agree with you when I think about it. And one thing I will say and I'm in Texas, what I'm learning through this entire process is there are different levels of being a Democrat, because I am a Democrat and I am also a 2A everywhere I go. And I am a fighter. I'm going to fight back, and I agree. I think that we have, as Democrats, we've always been that, hope and peace and love. And sometimes that just doesn't work. Sometimes you have to meet people where they're at. Think about how you raise your kids. If you have a child, you have one child that you can just talk to and they do what you ask them to do. But then you have another child that you have to threaten within an inch of their life for them to get up and do what you tell them to do. So you got to pick your battles. And what I'm learning through this process and what I've learned from the Jasmine Crockett and the Tallarico situation is some Dems feel like we should just be meek. And I'm not ever going to generalize anyone. I'm saying some. And then there are some Dems that feel like, no, we are going to push back. What has meek gotten us? We've been meek for forever. And that is why we're here. We were meek and, oh, well, they're doing this. Yes, we all see it, but are you pushing back? What are you doing to push back against them doing the most outlandish mess ever? What are your thoughts on that, DC?
Well, I agree. I mean, I think people, we have to start thinking out of the box. I don't think anyone is monolithic. I think
Yeah.
we all hold different views about different things, but we've allowed ourselves to be painted into tribal politics. So I commend Ms. Meeks for coming out as an independent, not painting herself into a corner. Because once you paint yourself into a corner, there's certain obligations that come along with that. So the big thing is people need to hear what she has to say, what her platform is, and get out and vote. That's the hard part right there. Is just getting people to get motivated to go to the polls and vote their best interests. So I pray for Miss Meeks. I pray that Tennessee hears her voice and gets out and supports her candidacy.
I do too, very much so. Miss Morningstar, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, I'm with DC. I want to see her get elected. Tennessee, we need Tennessee to stand up. We represent Tennessee over here, Memphis.
Yes.
So we need Tennessee to stand up. We need all our states to stand up, because you see what time we are in. The times we're in at this moment, we have to start teaching our kids to start at the state level and make sure that local levels, and they're aware of local elections, not just federal.
Yeah.
It's important that we educate them on that. So I thank you for coming here and giving us so much information and so much knowledge about the court system, because a lot like you said, a lot of the times kids don't know about the courts until they actually are going to court because they got in trouble.
Yeah.
So it's important to start these teachings early so people are aware.
That you say that, now that I think about it, if I were to want to take a group of boys, say I had, a group of 7 to 10-year-olds, and take them down to the court system, who would I reach out to? Who would I reach out to and say, I've got a group of 5 young men that I want to show how the court system works?
Because you just show up here. You don't have to have an invitation, because we took a bunch of homeschoolers. It was so fun, because they were a little nervous at first, but it was 2 young Black boys and their mom, who's a veteran sister of mine. You have to go through security of certain things. Of course, you have to leave the weapon in the car, but it's imitation. Not imitation. You can just show up, especially when they have juvenile courts so frequently. And of course, some, because of the egregiousness of the crimes, they're not open to the public when dealing with juveniles. But you can just sit in any courtroom. As a matter of fact, Nashville does a fabulous job. I think they call themselves the court watchers, and they have eyes on their shirt, so they just go in and sit all the time and watch what's happening.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? That is a good idea. That's something good to do over the summertime with our youth. Take a group of, maybe 3 or 4 kids, I've got 3 or 4 kids standing outside my door or my house right now playing basketball with my grandson. So I can grab them and take them down to the court this summer and let them see, because what we want to do is introduce our youth to something prior to. Let them see that this is the life, and this is what attorneys do. This is what doctors do. This is what pilots do, it is really important for us to focus on our kids, because I truly feel like they're under attack. Think about it. They are.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately. And I know, DC, you are a part of an organization, a wonderful organization that takes the time to mentor to young men and young women who want to get into aviation. And I love that group. I cannot wait until my baby's old enough to go. He's going.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big proponent of advocacy. I think it'd be very hard for a clerk of court to have advocacy as a leading point, um, because you've been there for so long. I mean, you kind of get above it all. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I like to know that if my clerk of court is the county clerk is overhearing something that she feels uncomfortable with, she may step in and provide some advocacy. I've experienced that myself, where someone stepped in of a position of authority and power to stop something from going awry. So I like the fact that you sound hands-on, through your mentorship, through your openness about only running for one campaign, one term. I think that's commendable. I wish more people would have done that. I wish Biden would have did it. I wish Ruth Bader Ginsburg would have did it.
Yeah.
When she knew she was terminally ill, that was the time for her to walk away. Because that was the time when Obama could have replaced her. But yeah, when you get a level of arrogance with you that I've been here so long, I'm not going anywhere. You got to basically drag my dead body out of this building. That's the way it's going to go down. So I like the fact that you're not in it for yourself. Sounds like, you're in it for the betterment of the counties, and you're going to lay the foundation for someone to precede you with the same fire and I guess what I'm looking for is you care about your community. And that's huge.
Yeah, it is. It is. Thank you for that, DC. Monica, we really and truly wish you the best of. I wish I could vote. I wish I could
I
vote
wish you could
all
too.
states.
I wish all three of y'all could vote.
But we will be cheering for you. When is your the dates? Say
So
the date one more time.
because I'm an independent and this is a county race, I won't have to be primaried. I'll be on the ballot. Early voting here is July 17th through August 1st. Please do not wait to the last minute to vote, because we see what happened with Congressman Crockett. When we waited the last day, that was a huge injustice for her. But election day is August 6th. Go early vote. It's easy. It's quick. You're going to probably see me down there, because I always participate in early voting, whether I'm on the ballot or not. But July 17th through August 1st. And stop by and say hello. We're making patriotism great again, because people think that only MAGA are veterans. No, most of us in Montgomery County are not MAGA. We are progressive. Veterans for Peace and all of those things. We are against this fictitious war against Iran. A lot of us are triggered because most of us have served in Iraq or Afghanistan, Kuwait. You got some dirty boot time somewhere. So independence, I don't have to be primary. So that's a good thing about running independent, is I'll be on the ballot regardless, because I'm an independent candidate.
Yes. Thank you. And we look forward to hearing from you again. So I'm going to tell you, like I've told just about all of the politicians that we have interviewed, all of those who are running for office, you let us know when you want to come back.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. This has been great.
Open door. You let us know when you want to come back. We'd love to have you. We like to do this. We want to introduce those who are making a huge sacrifice going into public office to the community. So we are looking forward to hearing back from you soon. You've got my number.
Thank you. Can I say something to Morningstar?
Absolutely.
Sure. So Morningstar, you can't see my suit. Now can you see it?
I see.
You see it. So the guy I asked to run, and he actually ran and won, Representative Ronnie Glenn. He hangs around a lot of the 901 folks, so he has been wearing suits. So I said today, since I knew I was going to the legislative hall, I said, this is for the 901, the stripes. But I remind him all the time.
Too. I see it.
I said, look, you Clarksville, you know, we kind of conservative and country. You don't have the style and the flavor that, you know, the guys from the 901. So I just wanted to show Morningstar that I did pay honor to the 901 today when I went to Cordell.
Okay. I love it.
Oh, that's
you look
right.
good. You look real
Thank
good.
Thank you.
Too.
I love it. You look wonderful. And we are rooting for you. You come back and you let us know how we can help. Please.
Thank you all so much. This has been great.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we'll talk soon. Let me go ahead and drop you down.
Okay.
You don't have to leave. You can just stay in the background. And that way you can watch the show. What a great opportunity for Monica.
What a great candidate. What a great candidate.
Yes.
Absolutely. I'm telling you, it's going to be us sisters that push us through.
Yeah. Save us again. Save us again.
Yeah. It's what we do. It's what we do. And it sounds like Monica has already seen that, hey, I need to get in here, make some changes, and I'm going to, along the way, mentor these youth and have somebody else come in. And maybe that's the approach that we need to take. You know, we have a lot of very smart young people, but maybe, just maybe, they're looking at this like, it's crazy right now. So we have to show them that although it's crazy, we can't give up. Monica's not giving up. Yeah.
And shout out to her husband and her family support system, because like I said, she said she's on her way out. You know, she's looking at retirement, and she's potentially, you know, delaying that opportunity to service her community yet again. Yet again, you know, so shout out to her support system at home.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what you need. You really truly do need a strong support system, because we all know the magnitude of how ugly politics can get.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so it's really nice to see a sister running and somebody who's making that sacrifice, and she's going to go out there. And I've got all faith that Tennessee, y'all hear us, get out there and vote.
Listen, put the word out.
Tell a friend to tell a friend. You know, we've shown you a candidate for Tennessee. We've shown you a candidate for Mississippi. You guys, I know that sometimes we don't get what we want, but that does not mean that we are done. We still have an obligation. Our ancestors didn't get what they wanted. And so we have an obligation. Yes, I wanted Jasmine Crockett to win as well. Absolutely. But I still have an obligation. And come November, I have a feeling that this country is going to be so out of control that we won't have a choice but to get in there and vote. Now, as far as Tallarico and his record, what's done in the dark comes to light. And you got to let people show you who they are. Go ahead, Miss Morningstar.
There was, although we wanted Jasmine. Of course, we wanted Jasmine. We wanted Jasmine so bad. But there was 2 other sisters that actually won in Texas.
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
And I'm looking for their names, because I think we need to speak more on that. It wasn't all of them, you know. Yes, they cheated Jasmine, and they're gonna reap what they sow.
Freddie Haynes, I think Freddie Haynes is going to be an excellent candidate to replace her. He's a dynamic speaker, well educated, and I think he'll do her position justice if he wins that election to occupy her seat.
Yeah, I'm looking at his picture right now. Yes, and then I know that there are several great candidates out there running. And
Amber Gibbons, is that familiar? Amber Gibbons.
I'll look it up. Brittany Black wins District 61 Democratic primary race results. Election according to unofficial voting. Okay, and that's Collins County. let me look up. What'd you say her name is? Amber what?
And Dallas County District Attorney. Yeah, Amber Gibbons, Dallas County District Attorney.
Yes.
Congratulations to her.
She's a judge, actually. She's a judge.
She's a judge?
She's the new Dallas County DA, Amber Gibbons. And she's definitely needed. And that's a young African American young lady, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And it's good to see. So I want us to not, although we are going to deal with disappointment, that doesn't mean that we just walk away and say, oh, well, I'm never voting again. No.
Yeah, I know it's a trend going on, but y'all don't fall on the trend.
Don't fall for the okie doke. Don't fall for the okie doke.
It's tunnel vision. It's tunnel vision. And when it's tunnel vision, everything on the side of you, all the chirping, all the negative, all the what, you got to just keep looking forward, because our ancestors didn't give up.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I mean,
we are not where we are today because they gave up. We are here because they fought and they kept going. So we ain't got no choice, y'all. We don't have no choice. We can't just give up.
Yeah, I kind of confronted a content creator this weekend who suggested that we should sit the midterms out. And, you know, I had to remind him of what's at stake by sitting this election out. We're very, very close to flipping the House and the Senate. Mm-hmm. And so much comes with that, so much. And the number one thing that comes with that is accountability. And this could create Trump being a lame duck president for his last 2 years if we flip the House and the Senate. Then you get to hear all of the things that they've been hiding behind closed doors will all of a sudden be public hearings. They will bring all of that. So the e-files, this war, you know, some of the appointees.
And removal.
Yeah, some of these appointees like Bondi and Kegg's Breath and all of these people, they will be held fully accountable. So anyone encouraging someone to sit the election out in the midterms they're bonkers. They're just, that's not what we need to do.
I think a lot of people get in their feelings, and I get it. We are frustrated. After Kamala, we are all so very frustrated. I get that because it's not fair. However, what is the alternative? The alternative is allowing this demon, I'm talking about the man with the black hands and the diaper rash on his neck and them swollen ankles, to get it to continue his mess. I'm trying to be politically correct. If we don't get out there and still vote, we are going to allow this demon to take us through there. And I have to say this. It is so easy to say, well, I'm just not going to vote. But when you say that, I want you to remember all those who marched, who were beat, who went through it. So for us to have the luxury to actually vote. Frustrated. I get it. And if we can't put our feelings aside and just get out there and go vote, then this man will continue to destroy this country. It's by design. They want us to feel so beaten down that we can't do it. You're not gonna win, not with me. My ancestors did too much for me to get to where I'm at today, to allow anybody to tell me, oh, well, I'm just not, you shouldn't go. I still have an obligation. If my parents had to go through what they had to go through, I can go through this.
Right. And there's a bigger stage. There's a bigger stage for Jasmine Crockett. There is. Yes. There will be a bigger stage for her. She's too dynamic. She's too powerful. It's just not her time. This is not her time. But there will be an opportunity and a time for her. There will be. I have full confidence of that.
Absolutely. Okay, so we are at the end of the show. This was a great show. Thank you so much again, Monica. I will be reaching out to you after the show. This was awesome. I can't wait to have you back. DC, any last words? Take us home.
Yeah, again, get out and vote. Don't ever lose courage. Know that our right to participate in this project was built on blood, sweat, and tears. There is no way I would desecrate the memory and the hard work of my ancestors by not participating. Simple as that.
Amen. Amen, brother. Miss Morningstar,
Yeah.
can you take us home to the family?
Yeah, I just want to agree with my brother DC 1000% and my sister Kitty. Look, the time is now. The time is now. We will not succumb to their rhetoric and their delusions. We are stronger people. So with that being said, y'all go out and have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. Taco Tuesday it is. Make sure you check out the voter pane in your area, the voting elections in your area. Be aware, do some research, learn who people are, educate our youth. That's important. So Memphis, Tennessee, Holly Springs, Mississippi, we love you. Have a wonderful day. We will see you back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. TikTok and YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. We got all of those, y'all. We thank you as well. Y'all have a great one.
As we wrap up today's show, we want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in, tapping in, and staying connected to your community.
Remember, this platform exists to uplift Black-owned businesses, nonprofits, creatives, and community leaders who are doing the work that moves us forward.
Make sure you support today's guests. Share the show. Stay plugged into our plugs, because when we support each other, we all rise.
Until next time, keep believing, keep building, and keep shining. You've got this.
You've been listening to Our Plugs, the community connection where communities meet opportunity. We'll see you next time.